Today, we are honored to be in the presence of a distinguished global leader whose vision, leadership are shaping international cooperation. Our chief guest, Mr. Harvansh Chawla, chairman of BRICS, is a key force in driving strategic global dialogue among emerging economies. He represents unity, economic strength, and forward looking leadership on the world stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I will request Mr. Harvansh Chawla to share more insights.
Good afternoon. Namaste. There couldn't be a better venue than Bombay Stock Exchange for launch of an AIF and an NBFC. This is my first visit in this auditorium and in the Bombay Stock Exchange. And I must share, when I put my first step in this building, a song came in my mind and I started humming. It was picturized on Rishi Kapoor ji 38 years ago. पैसा ये कैसा पैसा हो तो मुसीबत ना हो तो मुसीबत पैसा ये कैसा पैसा. On that note, then another song came in my mind which was sung by Pradeep Kumar ji in 1950. पैसा गोल है तो सब कुछ है, नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं है. Money, cash, investment plays a very important role in any business. I am a very firm believer that money, wealth, cannot buy only two things. That is your emotions, and second is your health. Besides that, whatever money can buy, one should not worry about, because someone or the other and somehow or the other, we all make money. So let's not bother about things which money can buy. And I'm a very capitalist by nature and I'm very loud about it. I would like to say that I was told by Vinod Vermaji and Kanishk that they have lined up about few hundred crores for this AIF. And I'm sorry, Kanishk, you were absolutely wrong. The reason is you made me sit in the VIP room and you made me introduce to about 20 people. And I would say the total wealth with those 20 people would be about $1 trillion. So you need not worry about your investments. You have a big and good line. And I must say, I'm not going to name anyone sitting over here because, God knows what else is in closet. But all I say is that you are in right hands. And whomever you made me meet this morning only gives me confidence and courage that what I accepted to be the chairman of your AIF was a right decision. As I tell everyone, based on my personal experience of 35 years in profession of law, I have seen a lot of people growing and then also falling on their face. And the only reason for that was either shortcut or unethical practice. If we can do any business with ethics, even if it means tough road, difficult decisions, even if it means long haul, believe me, it is worth it. I have experienced from my clients who gained wealth within a span of about a year or two, and I was always concerned about them. And they always said, Chawla ji, dekh lenge, abhi to kamane dijiye. But I don't think anyone who said this and who did come out with a shortcut and became wealthy overnight, by overnight I mean even a year or two, could actually sustain his wealth. The government, the regulators are not fools by any standards. We all must know this. If we are going to violate, if we are going to go wrong, if we are going to go unethical, the law, the regulators will catch up with us sooner or later. And we may have to pay and repay in many, many folds, along with a lot of nuisance, harassment, and starting or going back to zero. My advice to everyone over here and to the promoters over here is that trust, as we all have spoken about trust, it is built over years and years and years. It cannot be built in a year or two or three. It may take you sometimes even a generation, but it will be worth it. If you see a lot of businesses, whether we spoke about Tatas, Birlas, or anyone, or even, for example, RIL, all these businesses are in second, third, fourth generations. They have taken lot of credibility, lot of patience, and lot of discipline to reach where they are. So we should not expect something happening overnight. Coming to AIF, I'm going to speak from my personal experience. What I'm going to request Ganesh and Vinod and the other founders is that whoever comes to you with the investment, please do counsel them. And counsel them not once, not twice, but as many times as required for them to understand how their wealth is going to be safe, how their wealth will be invested, and what is in realistic expectations they should have. I have experienced some, I would say bad experiences where I did invest in AIFs and they told me, sir, Chawla ji, आज 5 करोड़ लगाइए, 6 महीने में मैं 7 दूंगा, 1 साल में 10 दूंगा. And believe me, lawyers have a lot of money, so we waste a lot of money. So I did invest and I lost my 5. Forget the 7 and the 10. So my advice is, and till date, I have nothing good to say about them. Please, and what I feel is that maybe I was wrong in understanding what they were saying, or maybe they were not intentionally guiding me or counseling me regarding the wealth and how it will be multiplied and how it will be used. So I'm not going to get into who was wrong over here. But what I'm going to say is, please do counsel whoever comes to invest to you in your company and in the language they understand, not only once, twice, thrice. Do keep them in loop on, if not fortnightly basis, at least on monthly basis, so that in case they want to cut short on their losses, they have that option. Not that you tell them after 6 months or a quarter that, sir, we somehow, for whatever reason, it's an X factor which comes into play, that your wealth has eroded by 30% or 40%. That is something very, very wrong. You should give them the option of cutting their losses as early as possible. This is how you are going to build your trust. Kanishk and Vinod, I am lending you my name with only one promise and pledge from you, that we are going to be absolutely fair, transparent, disciplined. We are going to comply with each and every regulation, and I'm going to request you to send me the regulation compliance report every month so that even I'm safe. And please build the trust. Keep in mind, this is a legacy you're going to create for your children, who are going to inherit nothing but your goodwill. Money, anyone can make. Goodwill is something which will take at least a generation. And that is what you're going to pass on to your children. India, no doubt, is the right country at this time to invest. At the same time, I'm going to, Satyam sir, where are you? Here you. Satyam ji said that data center and AI is another place to invest. Am I right, sir? You said, or Shyamji said, who said? You said. I have a word of caution. I have seen 35 years of cycle. I have seen people going bankrupt on call centers. People used to say there is a report of so and so big, one of the big four, big five, that call center is the business for next 5 years, 10 years. And there was a rage. Anyone who would get up from his home and say, Dad, मुझे call center लगाना है, 5 crore दीजिए, 10 crore दीजिए. And there were so many call centers, that they all failed. Similarly, I have seen the rage where people wanted to say, हमें restaurant business में जाना है, I want to start a restaurant because one of the big five said, entertainment or food business is the next business for India. So everyone who got up and said, Dad, मुझे यही करना है, and the businesses failed because so many turned up. My word of caution to the youth is, if you're in business, try to do what your family business is. Try to expand that. Try to excel in it. Diversification should be with the educated risk. And please, with all due respect and with no offense to any of the agencies or the consultants, those who say do this business, do that business, and then India is going to entertain for next 10 years, this or that. I have seen, Satyamji, people failing in real estate in last, I would say, about 10 years. And now the market is picking up again. But believe me, what they have gone through in those 10 years, only they know. Being a lawyer, I represent a lot of big in real estate companies in India. And I have seen the kind of hassle and trouble they are going through even now to get out of it. The only companies who are surviving and have been able to survive who were asset-rich companies. Those who didn't have assets and were highly in debt, they're gone, they're finished. So a caution is must in whatever we do. And at the same time, we all must apply our mind. Where do we want to invest? And the choice should be, if there is a family business, if there is a family legacy, please expand in that, excel in that. Nothing wrong in that. And if you want to diversify, please take a small baby steps and don't overindulge in something which is very new to the family, because you are not only risking your own mental peace, but you are risking the family wealth. So it's a word of caution for everyone. Wherever you invest, whatever you do, it should be a baby step, and don't get carried away by the greed, or this is what my contemporary or my colleague or my friend is doing, so I have to do this. Is a word of caution for everyone. And with that, I would also say, Kanishk, once again, and Vinod. Where is Vinod? I don't see. Here it is. Vinod, Ashok ji and I were just discussing, you look quite like younger Kamal Hassan. So, when you were on here on the dais, we were trying to figure out where have we seen you before. So I said, no, he's not that old that we have seen him somewhere before. So then we realized you look like Kamal Hassan. So it's a compliment to you. Yeah, and yeah. So good luck to all of you over here. Also to UpTik. I'm quite happy to see the growth of UpTik. And I have been, just to let you know, I was the person responsible for getting the policy changed of Government of India for investment, foreign investment in NBFCs. I was on the board and a shareholder of Avco Financial Services, which was started in 1997. It was a subsidiary of Ford Motors then. Then later on taken over by Associate Financial Services, and then taken over by City Financial. So I was a shareholder also, and this was the first company which started consumer loans, which now Bajaj FinSec and others. This was the first company which started. So again, the word of caution over there is, the company did very well. We were the first one to start. Of course, those days it was the valuation which mattered and not the profits of the company. So whenever the management saw we are making 400-500 crores in those days, they said, let's sell it, which is, every management has their own. So what I'm going to tell you, which I have been telling since morning, everyone sitting over there, though you are an investment-based NBFC, investment-based NBFC comes with a lot of regulations also. So what you need to personally get involved is into the finance on daily basis. This is based on my experience, because one step you go wrong from the regulator's point of view, you're risking your entire scheme. And believe me, it's only the promoter who can take the diligent view on daily basis at 7 in the evening, and not your CFO. All that the CFO, with all due respect to anyone who's, and don't mind my saying, and the CFO will say, sorry sir, it was my mistake and I resign. He'll walk out, but you will be responsible for it. So it has to be done by yourself. Anything where the regulators are involved, kindly do not leave. I tell this to Kanishk also, Vinod also. Kindly do not leave on your or delegate it to your people down below. This thing has to be checked with your own eyeballs, verified, double verified, and ensured, complied with, and filed with. This is based on my few experiences of life. And thank you, all of you. And one more thing on a concluding note, I didn't want to say that when I was opening my speech. I also remembered few names. And on a lighter note, I remembered Mr. Harshad Mehta. I remembered Mr. Ketan Parekh. I also remembered Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. I have nothing against them. They did. I consider them geniuses, right or wrong. I don't know. I'm no one to judge that, but they made the sentiment of the country go up. They did good for the country overall. Good or bad, legally, I'm not part of it. Thank you, everyone. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chawla, for your valuable insights.